My father was a bricklayer. He would save up some money or bring home some construction material he would get at his job to build our house bit by bit, but the family was too big. We were 9 people living here. My mother was a housewife. She was always trying to do what was best for her children, but raising 7 kids is difficult, especially in the bad place we used to live. I used to fight a lot at school or in the streets.
But Alex would never fight on his own.
My brother and I were close when we were kids, like my 2 sons are today. We'd go everywhere, do everything together. We got into a bunch of fights. We were a massive handful. I'm not into studying. It's very difficult for me. Even my Portuguese is bad.
So Alex got a job quite young.
I was 12 when I started working at the tire shop. It was a big responsibility for a young boy, and my life changed completely. I would stay here all day long. I would come here at 7 or 8 a.m. until like 7 or 8 p.m. And that took a toll on my body.
He was strong, a jack of all trades. He was my best employee.
When I started working, I would always save some money to help out my mom. I would never spend that money. That was for her to help pay living costs.
His brother, however, chose a different path.
When I was 15 and he was 16, we started drifting apart because I was working full-time and he was dealing, so we drifted apart.
But things at the tire shop would still take a dark turn.
Working at the repair shop was nice, but you end up learning a few bad habits. In my case, that was drinking. I was in the midst of adults, flawed like anyone with addictions. And in that environment, I was introduced to some bad things like alcohol. I was only 12 years old and had a lot on my shoulders. Bit by bit, my consumption of alcohol increased. When I got to 16 years old, I would drink every single day. I wouldn't skip a day.
Alex is 17 when his brother passes.
Unfortunately, he took the wrong path and he's not with us anymore.
How did that happen? What was the reason for his passing?
Drugs.
Drugs?
Yeah, my drinking got worse over time. I tried to quit many times. I would drink a liter of cachaça per day. Those were very hard times. When I reached 18, 19 years old, I started wondering, how can I quit drinking once and for all? People always say that sports can save you. I've seen many stories like that, and that's how I ended up doing kickboxing. I said, I want to train so I can quit drinking.
The year's 2012. Alex is 25 years old. He has 2 sons, but he's still struggling.
I spent 4 years trying to stop drinking. It was very hard, but I reached a breaking point in 2012 when I fought Jason Wilness. I got a bit scared.
In round 2, Alex gets knocked down. He manages to get back to his feet, but with only 18 seconds left to the round.
I don't think he's going to recover from this.
Tyson by name.
I thought I need to stop or my life is going to fall apart.
That's when this guy came in, Beloka Vera.
When I started training him, he would drink 1 liter of cachaça per day. I could see in him that he was fragile. I was training him in the ring one day, trying to teach him some difficult moves. I was pushing him hard, so I punched him right in the stomach and he went down. I thought to myself, he's weak. Am I wasting my time with him? But he was back up, seconds later. I saw tears in his eyes. I realized he wasn't weak. He was a warrior. He was rotten inside due to the things he used. He was contaminated.
Vera explained to Alex that he knew a special recipe, something he learned from his indigenous ancestors, that could help Alex heal from the harms of alcohol. During the healing process, Vera noticed something special. Alex had no idea, but his parents later confirmed that just like his coach, his grandparents were indigenous.
He had no idea what it meant to be indigenous. We started bringing back the spirit of his ancestors with dances.
The year is 1455. Between the northern bank of São Mateus and the Rio de Porto Seguro lived a tribe called Patacho. The name Patacho can't be translated. It comes from the sound of seawater when the water hits the land. Their language is now extinct. It was called Patachoa, the language of the Patacho warrior, because they were known to be warriors. In 1500, Pedro Álvares Cabral, a Portuguese explorer, set sail on a mission to reach India. Due to a deviation in his route, he lands in Brazil instead. Around 75 years later, the Patacho tribe encounters the Portuguese, who are attempting to consolidate control over the region. The resistance begins. 1757, General Auditor Jose Javier Machado Montero seeks to suppress indigenous languages. He removes boys from their tribe to employ them in trades and distributes girls to white homes. The policy leads to the breaking up of indigenous families. Before rituals, the Patachos apply natural paint to their bodies, using designs that represent the spirits they are invoking.
In the native Tupi language, poatan means hands of stone. My first coach gave me that nickname. I even have a tattoo of a rock because of it.
There it teaches Alex a unique fighting style, a variation of traditional strikes with different body angles while having both feet still planted on the ground. He calls it Jaguar style.
After I quit alcohol, I got good results. Money started to come in, my life improved, many new doors opened up in my life. I was winning almost every fight. I was state champion, national champion, I was Pan American and South American champion. I also won the Open Games. Just the fact that I managed to quit drinking, to do something I always wanted to do, even if I wasn't a martial arts champion, I was already a champion at life.
Until someone would come to take it all away. At that point in time, the last style bender was a force to be reckoned with.
My first fight against Adesanya was in China. And at that time, I was skinny, but Adesanya was even skinnier than I was. And I thought, oh my, I'm gonna kill this guy.
My style was always different. I was very fluid, very creative, very intelligent with my style. I felt like I was the best.
The guy was good. What could I do?
I felt like I handily won. You can even see in our faces, he thought he lost the fight.
In the blue corner.
But then when his hand got raised, he was surprised.
I think I deserved to win. Some people say I didn't, but I think I did.
Although you lost, a lot of people thought you should have won the decision.
I won the fight. Oh, well, that's what happens when you leave it to the judges.
Alex and Izzy would fight 3 more times, but never again would they leave it to the judges.
I had the opportunity to fight Adesanya again in 2017.
That was in Brazil.
We fought the first round and we were pretty much evenly matched. When we went to the second round, he got a few punches in.
I put him on skates.
I simply got tired.
But then the referee saved him and gave him an 8 count to rest, because what? We're in his hometown in Brazil. In the third round, he had some gusto, picked it up because he was down 2 rounds.
2 punches. He dodged the first, but the second, the left hook, hit him.
He fell down, unconscious.
My first and only ever knockout loss, and then this kid, this fucking little head, like a baby, came over and just laid on the ground, just like. And I thought to myself,
mock you?
Yeah,
it's probably his kid, right? Was that his kid?
I don't know. He could have got it either way. If your dad don't spank you, I'll spank you.
That's hilarious.